Emotional takeovers are when someone claims you too much, when they make you too responsible for their emotional well-being. It's when someone hasn't learned to regulate their own emotions besides getting everything they want. If we go along with that, we not only enable them, but also compromise our own autonomy and authenticity. This video contains concrete strategies of what you can do in interactions whenever you notice that someone is trying to start another emotional takeover. Hey everyone, and welcome to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, psychologist, and last week I talked about how to be immune towards emotional takeover attempts, the inner mental shifts that are necessary for us to be able to recognize emotional takeover attempts as what they are. And in this video, I want to share practical strategies you can use in interactions with someone who seems to be starting an emotional takeover attempt so that you can block that emotional takeover. So this video is about what you can say and do when you're spending time with someone or talking to someone and you notice that there's some form of emotional takeover. I will be sharing a few different strategies. We all have different characters and preferences in how we interact. So if some of these strategies aren't pleasing to your style, just choose another one. The only two that are important for everyone and all situations are the first two. Number one, stay present and active. This is the fundament of resisting an emotional takeover. What typically happens during an emotional takeover is that we endure the situation. We zone out, disconnect from ourselves, dissociate. We allow the other person to talk for hours, however they want, about whatever they want. When we're disconnected from ourselves, we become very easy to take over. It's like becoming a pawn in a board game that can be moved around however someone else wants. And that is why it's important to stay present and active. Staying present means to remain connected to our body, the sensations in our body, our emotions and thoughts. They are what will let us know if we are okay with what's going on or if we need a change. And staying active means to participate in the interaction, even if it's in ways that the other person isn't expecting or hoping for. It also means to set limits whenever it's necessary, to resist or stop emotional takeovers. And the next few strategies are examples of what that can look like. Number two, question the other person's assumptions. And the person who more or less consciously attempts an emotional takeover, that is justified by certain assumptions. And you have the right to question these assumptions. These can be assumptions like this person assuming that they always come first, that they are always victim, that every issue they have is an emergency. And resisting an emotional takeover requires you to question these assumptions. Is it really an emergency if one of the light bulbs in their apartment goes out that needs to be fixed today? Is it reasonable to expect you to be available to talk for hours 24/7? Are you really the only person that can help? Is the solution that they have thought of really the only way to fix this? You have the right to ask questions and understand what's going on and to make your own choices about if, how, and when you want to help. Number three, don't respond. Ignoring behavior is a powerful method to make it less frequent. especially if it's behavior that aims at getting attention. By staying calm and maintaining a light and positive energy and not responding to a certain comment or tone of voice, we can remove the reward to that behavior, which would be some form of reaction or attention. Number 4, acknowledge arguments and objections. This is a strategy to end all arguments. It's not arguing with someone whilst still acknowledging that they have objections and that you heard what they said. Arguing can sometimes give someone too much space in a conversation about something that actually only concerns you. And acknowledging that you heard what they said and repeating that at the same time you will stay with your decision puts an end to all the arguments. It reduces friction and saves you the energy that arguments cost. This can sound like, I hear you, but my decision is firmly set. I understand that this is important to you, but it's impossible for me to arrange. I know that you're upset with me. I understand that you're struggling. At the same time, I don't have a solution or answer to this. I know you think that this isn't a good idea. I still want to try. Number 5, create room for yourself. This can mean lots of different things. It can mean being more active in a conversation so that either a topic is brought onto levels that are more meaningful to you, or introducing completely new topics that you also find interesting. You can do that by asking questions or just spontaneously sharing something. Creating room for yourself can also mean to take breaks from interactions, and you don't have to make it explicit. You can say that you need to go to the bathroom, want to go for a walk, want to lie down and rest, or that you want to take care of an errand. Creating room for yourself can also mean to limit the duration of an interaction. And at first, people might be surprised when you do this if you've never done it before, but then they get used to it. And that could mean when you answer the phone, letting someone know how much time you have, or it could mean that when you're planning to get together with someone, to let them know in that planning phase when you're planning to leave. Number 6, defend your rights. In interactions with emotionally immature people, it's sometimes not enough to acknowledge, not respond, or be a co-creator of the interaction. Sometimes we need to directly address our issue and defend our rights and boundaries. You have a right to be treated respectfully, to not be mocked. You have a right to be you, to have your own thoughts and feelings, to be upset about the things that you're upset about, and to be sensitive. And whenever those rights aren't given, we need to remind others of that. That can sound like, I think my reaction to this is reasonable. Or, I see many benefits in being sensitive, and all in all, I'm glad that I am the way that I am. I know you think that this is funny, but it's not a joke to me. This is what I like. I don't think it's fair to mock that. Whenever I open up to you, I get the impression that you dismiss my feelings. So I'm wondering if I should maybe stop telling you about my problems. Is that really what you want? Thanks for tuning in today. I hope that there were a few takeaways in this video for you. Like last week's video, this video was inspired by one of Lindsay Gibson's books. I'll put the details to exactly which one in the description box. If you want to work more on your skills of Being Immune to and Resisting Emotional Takeovers. That book is very worth listening to or reading. I will also link a few videos about this on this channel in the upper right corner of this video with the info cards. Till next time, take care. And remember to be present and active in challenging interactions.